Hi, and happy day 14 of Vlogmas. It is 2:48 and this is the first time I'm recording anything today. I had church this morning. It was a busy morning and then we did nothing for the rest of the afternoon. I took a little nap and my husband played with the boys, and then now we are headed to downtown St. Augustine to do Night of Lights and to go look at the Christmas market. I'm pretty sure it's the first year that they're doing the Christmas market. I've never heard of it before, but we're gonna go check that out. And on the way, I'm working on my snowman. Meredith's already almost done. She's speeding through it. I just got onto the decreases last night and now I'm just working on those. I will talk to you guys more in a bit. Bye. We just got home from Night of Lights. We ended up taking a detour. Afterwards, we went to, it's a little display called Lights on Delsea. Super cute. It's a few houses that set up all together. And it is incredible. They had free popcorn and free slushies for the kids. They gave my boys some light wands, and they had a Santa set up there. It was like the best Santa setup I've ever seen. The Night of Lights was fun. You can look up videos of it and stuff, and I'll have some B-roll. It's pretty incredible. It's just always so busy, so packed. It's hard to find parking. I'm not even kidding you. I prayed that we could find a good parking space because we were driving around everywhere. They changed the way the Night of Lights is this year, and all of the locals are pretty upset about it. They're ending it 2 weeks early. So all of the businesses are upset about it. Because I guess January is usually like a pretty slow month, and Night of Lights brings people in. And then the locals are upset about it because everything's more expensive. So they raised the cost of like different tickets and stuff during Night of Lights apparently. But they also raised the cost of parking. So they have a parking garage there, and like during slow days, it's $5. And it used to be during special events, it's $20. Well, now it's $40, which is kind of insane. I'm gonna try to set this up a little bit so I can show you something. But we ended up finding a parking meter, and we paid $10. So that was nice. Right after I prayed, like 3 minutes after I prayed, we found a spot that was open. One parking meter spot. Well, I can't get this to stand up. But see, there we go. But I wanted to show you guys something that I got. So they had a little Christmas market there. It was cute. It was fine. There wasn't a whole lot there. There were like 3 jewelry booths, 2 candle booths, a couple of food booths, and a scarf booth, a plant booth, and a 3D printed toy, which I told you, those are popping up everywhere now. So it was fine. I ended up not getting anything there, but in the pavilion there, on like in the town square in downtown St. Augustine, there's always a couple of artists out there selling prints, and I've been really wanting a few more art pieces for in here. Like I could get something to go above that. My wall over here is practically empty. You guys never see this in the vlogs, or in the podcast, which is kind of a bummer because it's so beautiful. But I don't have a whole lot like on this wall. There's nothing else on this wall. What is that? Oh, that's my vacuum. Oh no, that's my, what am I talking about? I'm going crazy. I'm tired. And then there's not really a whole lot over there. These are just windows. So let me see if I can get this to stand back up. So I've been wanting to get more art, and I've really been wanting to get like real paintings, but they're very, very expensive. But the artists tonight in the pavilion were selling prints, and they are beautiful. So I got one of the Columbia. This is downtown St. Augustine. The artist is named Charles Dickinson. I'll put his website down below if you're interested in looking at his website. He also does ink drawings, but these are his oil painting prints. This is the Columbia, which is a restaurant in downtown St. Augustine. And this is called Twilight, I think. Twilight on St. George Street. Love these pink flowers. I love oil paintings. I'd love to have a real oil painting one day. But the prints are beautiful, and I'm happy to have those. But this one's called Window View. There's not actually a window there, so he said this is what it would look like if he saw one. Sorry, my husband's putting my son down for bed, and he is fighting it. It is way past his bedtime. I think we are all exhausted. So I told my husband on Friday, I sent him a list of 4 things that I wanted to do before Christmas. And we were having a hard time kind of placing where they're going to go with like other events and stuff that we have coming up. And yesterday he was like, well, why don't we go to Jekyll Island tonight? Which was really nice and like a happy surprise because it is like an hour and 45 minutes or an hour and 30 minutes to get out there. And so we went and did that last night. And then tonight he was like, hey, do you want to go do the Christmas market and do St. George Street tonight? And I was like, yeah. So we went and did that tonight. And then on the way home, the Delsey is about 15 minutes away from St. George Street. So he was like, well, do you want to do that on the way home? And I was like, yes. So we got 3 of the 4 things done that I wanted to do. And we're already making plans for the 4th. We want to go do the lights at the zoo. I just don't know exactly what day we're going to go. Sorry about that. I had to go comfort my eldest. I don't know what I just sat on. Oh, our alarm. I think my husband's charging it. So anyway, that we went and got the art pieces, and that was really fun. It was neat talking to him. He said he's lived in St. Augustine for 32 years and that he loves his city, and it was just really nice. And his paintings were beautiful. I'd love to, the style of painting that he did, I loved it. I don't know much about art, but it really drew my eye. We went to dinner at Harry's. We love Harry's. That's where my husband and I went on our first date. I kind of want to ask the painter. We got engaged at an Italian restaurant, we didn't get engaged at the restaurant. We ate dinner before we got engaged at an Italian restaurant down there. And I think it would be cool. I wonder if he remembers it, because it would be cool to have a painting of that. What else? That was really it. That's all we did. It was a very, like I said earlier, it was a very unbusy day until we went to Night of Lights. But yeah. Oh, we talked to the Lights on Delsey guy, one of the guys that started, and I asked him how it started, and he said that 4 years ago, his neighbor put up like a huge, or I guess 5 years ago, his neighbor put up a huge display, and people were stopping at their house to look at it and then passing by his house without looking at his lights. And he was like, oh, we can't keep doing this. So then 4 years ago, he put up like a huge display, and it's just kept growing since then. So now they do like snacks for the kids and toys for the kids, and they have a Santa come. It was really cute. But yeah, I'm gonna go wrap some presents. I need to do my advent calendar. I haven't done my advent or the boys' advent in like 3 days. So we need to get caught up on that. And then I'm probably gonna head to bed. We don't have anything tomorrow. Nothing planned. Tuesday, our yarn shop in Jacksonville opens. I'm so excited. We don't have a yarn shop out here, and I've been telling my husband, I was like, if we ever move again, we need to move somewhere with a yarn shop, and now we're getting one. And I'm really hoping that like once it gets up and once it gets started and gets going, she's gonna have like knit nights and stuff. I'm so excited. I know a lot of people are excited for this yarn shop to open up. We're gonna go. My son has a doctor's appointment that morning, so we're gonna go as soon as his doctor's appointment is done, which I'm hoping we might be able to be there at open, depending on how long his doctor's appointment takes. So we will see. But yeah, anyway, that's all from me tonight, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.